All right, today we're going to dive into a pretty powerful idea, a deliberate 30-day psychological reset that can genuinely, seriously change your life. We're going to break down exactly how it works, and we'll start with why most of our attempts to change ourselves, well, why they usually fail.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if the next month, the next 30 days, could completely alter your life's path? Not by some random stroke of luck, but through a structured, intentional process you can actually control. That's the core idea we're digging into.
You know, it's so easy to think that real transformation has to be this huge, dramatic moment, like a lightning strike. But the reality? The truth is that real, lasting change comes from something much quieter and honestly, way more powerful. The small choices you make over and over again, day in and day out. And that right there brings us to our first and maybe most important principle. We need to stop focusing so much on just changing our behaviors. The real starting point, the foundation for everything, is your identity. It's the blueprint that dictates everything else you do. So let's say you have a goal. Maybe you tell yourself, I really want to be more disciplined, or I want to be a person who's more productive. And that's a great intention to have, but it almost always slams into a hidden wall. And here's that wall. Deep down, that little voice in the back of your head, your internal identity, is still whispering, yeah, but I'm just not a disciplined person. And that creates this massive internal tug of war. And this is absolutely key. When what you want to do clashes with who you believe you are, your identity is going to win. Every single time. You just can't outperform your own self-image for very long.
Okay, so this is where the whole 30-day rule starts to make so much sense. It completely reframes how you see your daily actions. Every small choice, getting up on time, reading one page of a book, going for that short walk, it's not just a task you check off. It's a vote. You're casting a vote for the new person, the new identity that you're trying to build.
Okay, so if changing our identity is the end game, how in the world do we actually do it? Well, it's not about gritting your teeth and using more willpower. It's about building a smart system that basically runs on its own. And the first tool for that system is something called habit stacking. This is just brilliant, really, because it doesn't fight your brain. It works with its natural love for patterns. All you do is link a new habit you want to build onto an old one you already do without even thinking about it. So it could look something like this. Instead of just hoping you'll remember to set an intention for the day, you link it. After I wake up, I write my intention. After I brush my teeth, I read for 10 minutes. See how that works? Each habit becomes the trigger for the next one, creating this amazing, almost effortless chain reaction. And all of this taps into a really powerful psychological force. It's called the consistency principle. It's basically our deep-seated need to make our beliefs and our actions line up. We as humans really hate feeling like hypocrites, even just to ourselves. Think about what's happening here. When you show up and do something, even something tiny, every single day for 30 days, your brain has to make sense of it. It can't hold two conflicting ideas for long. So eventually, it just concludes, well, I guess this is just who I am now. Your identity literally shifts to match your new behavior. And look, we're not talking about huge, monumental changes here. The magic number is just 1%. That's it, 1% better each day. It might feel like nothing in the moment, almost unnoticeable. But that tiny 1%, it's like compound interest for your life. You know how money in a savings account grows on itself? It's the exact same idea. These tiny daily improvements stack up and multiply over those 30 days, and suddenly you've got this huge transformation that kind of snuck up on you. Okay, so we've got our system for action down, but that's only half the battle. Real transformation isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you let into your mind. You have to become a security guard for your own mental space. I mean, just think about it for a second. Everything you consume, the shows you binge, the articles you scroll through, the podcasts you listen to, that's the raw material your brain is using to construct your thoughts, your beliefs, and yep, your identity. It's a straight line, really. The ideas you let in shape the decisions you make, and those decisions, repeated over and over, become the habits that define your entire life. So protecting your inputs, it's not optional, it's absolutely crucial. So to tie all of this together and make it super practical, we can use a simple daily blueprint. Think of it like an operating system for these next 30 days, built on 4 pillars. And they're really straightforward. First step, thought. This is just about noticing your thoughts, not getting swept away by them. Then, intention.
This is where you actively decide what your day is about. Third, action. Doing those small, consistent habits we've been talking about. And finally, you wrap it up with reflection. Looking back on the day, not with judgment, but just with awareness.
And when you do this, you kick off this incredible chain reaction. It all starts when you bring some discipline to your thoughts, observing them, choosing where to put your attention.
Which, of course, leads to having much clearer, more focused intentions for your day. You're not just reacting to whatever happens, you know what you're aiming for.
And with that clarity, you get stronger actions, more consistent actions. You're not just drifting anymore. You're actually moving with purpose. And all those actions start building something huge. They build a new identity, the person you actually wanted to become all along. See, the goal isn't just to do something different, it's to be someone different. So when you really boil it all down, the incredible power of this 30-day rule is that it stops you from waiting around for some big, life-changing moment to save you. It makes you realize that the person you want to be, the life you really want, it's not out there somewhere. It was always right here, waiting to be built, one quiet, simple decision at a time.